Fortnite is a game that has been around for just over 4 years now. Becoming established, however, has not meant that it has set into its ways and become boring. If anything, Fortnite has instead changed and evolved continually since it was first released in July of 2017. While change is good in a battle royale game like Fortnite, as it keeps us interested and keeps players on their toes, not all changes have been as welcome as others, especially when it comes to some of our favorite items that have been lost to the sands of time. Welcome back, my fellow gamers. My name is Amanda McKnight and this is Top 10 Gaming. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 Fortnite items that need to come back as we reminisce on some of the items, including weapons and vehicles, that we just would really love to see return to the game, as well as what they were replaced with in some cases. If you are a fan of Fortnite, you need to also check out one of the other latest videos, Top 10 Scary Ways People Have Cheated in Fortnite. You won't believe some of the things players have gotten away with. You can check out that video on our channel by clicking on over here. And be sure to stick around to the end of this list where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Ceiling Zapper. For those who might not remember this item, the Ceiling Zapper was a relatively loud trap that could obviously be stationed on a ceiling and would, you guessed it, zap whoever so happened to wander under it. This item was likely replaced in the game by the far more advanced Damage Trap, which combines the functions of the Spike Trap, Wall Dynamo, and Ceiling Zapper all into one. Although even the Damage Trap was vaulted for a time, likely because it was just so deadly. And even though the Damage Trap has it all, a lot of people miss the fun simplicity of the Ceiling Zapper and the loud zapping sound effect that came with it. Number 9. Campfires. Campfires were items that could be placed and allow you to heal, gathering around the campfire for both warmth and health. Yay! They would be stored in your inventory and acted as a trap, but one that did something for you rather than to your enemies. So, like a real nice trap. A trap you'd want to be caught in. Unfortunately, the campfires were removed when environmental campfires were introduced, and basically other healing items came in and just kinda overtook the campfire, causing it to be vaulted. Although we have seen a sort of return to the campfires with the Camp Cod campfires and the challenge involving those, these stationary ones are more of an homage to the campfire item that we once had. Number 8. Kit's Shockwave Launcher. For fans of shockwave grenades, the Shockwave Launcher was sort of the replacement. Shockwave grenades became a fan favorite almost instantaneously due to the fact that they're just so versatile of an item. You could use them to propel yourself to safety, avoid fall damage, or blast your enemies out into the storm, forcing them to take storm damage. This launcher allowed you to fire multiple shockwave grenades, which was pretty neat as the shockwave grenade had been vaulted during this weapon's time in the game. Some even came to prefer the launcher due to it giving them multiple grenades to work with as opposed to just one. However, as the shockwave grenade returns, that means it's time for this launcher to get vaulted. But I guess at least we get shockwave grenades back, so that's pretty cool. Number 7. Stink Bomb. The Stink Bomb was an item that allowed players to hide themselves and obscure their enemy's view. When deployed, the Stink Bomb released a bunch of yellow gas that clouds the air and makes it hard to see. This will last for 9 seconds, giving you the perfect opportunity to escape your opponent or retreat to a better vantage point from whence you'll be more prepared to continue your battle. Stink Bombs also had a chance of causing up to 90 points of damage to your enemies, which is really nothing to sniff at. Alas, these well-loved Stink Bombs are likely being vaulted in exchange for the return of Boogie Bombs. Although Boogie Bombs are also pretty cool, but not as strategic in my opinion. Number 6. Decoy. The Decoy grenade is a unique item that causes duplicates of your character to appear in-game. The duplicates can even fire at your enemies, though they will not be able to cause damage to other players in the game. The decoys only last for a short period of time before disappearing and have limited health. Still, this was a pretty powerful item when it came to confusing your enemies, creating tons of duplicates of you and they wouldn't know which one was real. At least until they disappeared. Unfortunately, it's just been recently reported the decoys are going to be vaulted in this new season of Fortnite. There doesn't seem to be any new items that really fully take the place of this unique grenade, but perhaps we'll see Spider-Man villain Mysterio show up later in the season with a comparable item for us, because he's all about illusions, so that makes sense to me. Number 5. Shield Bubble. The shield bubble was a pretty nifty item that, yes, really was only super useful in specific situations in Fortnite, but when you did manage to find the right moment to use it, it could be pretty cool and powerful. One of the coolest things you could do with the shield bubble was add it to a vehicle, activating it and giving yourself a shield perimeter that moved with you, helping you to stay safe while moving around on your vehicle. Pretty neat. Number 4. Directional Jump Pads. One thing players miss when it comes to items that helped you get from point A to point B is the jump pad. Jump pads were used to help launch you into the air, allowing you to cover vast areas quickly and allowing it to be harder for your target to hit you as you were launched up into the air. And while jump or bounce pads themselves are returning, it still hasn't been established as to if we'll see the directional version of this item return. Directional jump pads wouldn't just move you upwards, oh no. Rather than have arrows that pointed all inward to signify a launch up, they had arrows that pointed outwards to each side of the pad, signifying which direction you'd be launched in when you jumped onto and off of that pad, meaning that you could target a specific direction with your powerful leap into the air, as opposed to a regular jump pad, which would require you to aim yourself prior to jumping. Number 3. Launch pad. While we may be getting the jump pad back, something that will be leaving, which was kind of an alternative version of that, and that will be missed, is the launch pad. This launch pad is sometimes fondly referred to as McQuack, after the lovable goof and pilot Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales. This item could be deployed and destroyed like any trap. Once deployed, it could be used by any player who came across it. To use the launch pad, you would jump onto it to have it launch you into the air, where you would then deploy your glider, so you could glide to safety over enemies and terrain. The other cool thing about the launch pad is it could help you to escape the storm, which is, let's be honest, what many of us used it for. Number 2. Rapid Fire SMG. This was a crazy fast firing weapon. It definitely earned the name Rapid Fire for sure. This weapon was actually fairly recently introduced in the game in the 12.00 patch. It is known, of course, for its super rapid fire rate, while also boasting of a 1.7 headshot multiplier, which is pretty decent. Because it is so wrapped up in rapid fire, the damage it did was low, and it was a short range weapon, but still, that rapid fire though, oh my goodness. Sadly, the rapid fire submachine gun only lasted a short while in the game, being vaulted recently in the 14.00 patch. Number 1. OG Guided Missile. The Guided Missile rocket launcher was such a powerful weapon that it had to be removed from the game, likely due to complaints from professional players. With the Guided Missile, you could target enemies way off without really putting yourself at risk. It was due to how powerful this item was when an entire team got their hands on it that it was vaulted. However, the Guided Missile did then later return, but this time around it was much slower to use and therefore not as rewarding for those who found it. While players were excited for its return, the fact that its speed had been significantly reduced meant that it wasn't as liked the second time around, which led it to once again being removed from the game. This time around, not many players missed it, but we still fondly remember the epicness that was the original Guided Missile. Thank you so much for watching. What are some of the items that you miss in Fortnite? What are some of the changes that have happened throughout the various seasons that have been some of your favorites? Are you excited about the return of the pump shotgun? Let us know in the comments below. Let me know if any of you guys are going to be trying to double pump. And speaking of comments, it's time to turn to some comments from one of our latest videos, Top 10 Scariest FNAF Lore Moments. Kai Fox comments, what if, for once, William actually managed to make an actual, normal animatronic that isn't possessed? For once! Well, that would be something. Also, that's a lot of for onces. I actually keep wondering if William himself is somehow possessed and that's what makes him evil. Because making a successful family restaurant franchise, all just so you could kidnap and kill kids, seems like a lot of crazy extra work to me. I don't know. 80 Tedisaguic Aguilar asks, okay, but why does my family act so much like the Afton family? Wait, what? Are you trying to say that your family is like the Aftons? What does that even mean? Does that mean that, like, your dad makes animatronics that kill people? Are you okay? I'm a little worried for you if that's the scenario. Like, be safe. And that's all the time we have for comments today. Be sure to comment below for a chance to have your thoughts and your feels featured in a future video. This has been Top 10 Gaming and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you to keep on gaming on. Pew pew!